Why do intelligent, self-aware people repeatedly fall for the wrong person? Why do some relationships feel impossible to let go of, even when they make us anxious, insecure, and unhappy? And why do we often mistake emotional chaos for love? According to the best-selling book Attached by Amir, Levine and Rachel Heller, the answer may have very little to do with chemistry and much more to do with attachment. Imagine meeting someone new. At first everything feels effortless. You can't stop thinking about them. Every text message creates excitement. Every interaction feels meaningful. You feel alive. But then something changes. They become distant. Replies take longer. Plans become less certain. Suddenly, instead of enjoying the relationship, you begin worrying about it. You replay conversations. You check your phone repeatedly. You wonder if they're losing interest. And without realizing it, the relationship becomes the center of your emotional world. Many people assume this intensity means they have found true love. But according to attachment theory, what feels like love is often anxiety. Attachment theory began with a simple observation. Human beings are wired for connection. From childhood, we depend on others for safety, comfort, and emotional regulation. Over time, our brains develop expectations about relationships. Some people learn that others are dependable and emotionally available. Others learn that love can be inconsistent, unpredictable, or unavailable. These early experiences often shape the way we connect with romantic partners later in life. According to Attached, most people fall into one of three attachment styles: secure, anxious, or avoidant. People with a secure attachment style generally feel comfortable with both intimacy and independence. They trust others. They communicate openly. And they don't interpret every disagreement as a threat to the relationship. When problems arise, they address them directly. Because of this, secure people often experience relationships as a source of stability rather than stress. Anxious attachment is very different. Imagine sending a message to someone you care about. An hour passes. Then 2. Then 3. Most people would simply continue with their day. But someone with an anxious attachment style may begin imagining worst-case scenarios. Did I say something wrong? Are they upset? Are they losing interest? The uncertainty becomes painful. Their nervous system treats emotional distance as a potential threat. The relationship hasn't changed. But their internal experience has. They seek reassurance not because they're weak, but because connection feels deeply important to them. Then there is avoidant attachment. Avoidant individuals often value independence above everything else. At first they can appear confident, self-sufficient, and emotionally stable. But when intimacy increases, something interesting happens. They begin feeling trapped. The closer someone gets, the stronger their desire for distance becomes. They may withdraw, become emotionally unavailable, focus excessively on flaws, or convince themselves that they simply haven't found the right person yet. The relationship itself is not necessarily the problem. The vulnerability it requires is. One of the most fascinating discoveries in Attached is that anxious and avoidant people are often drawn to each other. And this creates one of the most painful relationship dynamics imaginable. The anxious partner seeks closeness. The avoidant partner seeks distance. The more one pursues, the more the other retreats. The more the avoidant partner retreats, the more anxious the other becomes. Both people end up feeling misunderstood. Both feel frustrated. Both believe the other is causing the problem. In reality, they are often trapped inside a predictable attachment cycle. This cycle can continue for years. And because the emotional highs and lows are so intense, many people mistake it for passion. But passion and anxiety are not the same thing. Think about the relationships that consumed your thoughts. Were they truly healthy? Or were they simply unpredictable? Many people become addicted to uncertainty. Not consciously, but neurologically. The brain begins chasing reassurance. The next text. The next phone call. The next sign that everything is okay. The relationship becomes emotionally exhausting, yet strangely difficult to leave. One of the most powerful ideas in Attached is that healthy love should not constantly activate your nervous system. Healthy love should feel safe. Not perfect. Not boring. Safe. A healthy relationship allows you to relax. To be yourself. To communicate your needs without fear. To trust that conflict does not automatically mean abandonment. Many people spend years trying to become more attractive, more successful, or more interesting in order to earn someone's love. But often the real solution is much simpler. Choose people who are emotionally available. Choose people who communicate clearly. Choose people who make you feel secure rather than confused. Because no amount of effort can transform an emotionally unavailable person into a consistently available partner. When you understand your attachment style, you stop personalizing every relationship failure. You begin recognizing patterns. You see why certain people trigger powerful emotions. Why certain breakups feel devastating. And why some relationships bring peace while others create chaos. The goal is not to label yourself. The goal is to understand yourself. Because self-awareness creates choice. And choice creates change. Perhaps the greatest lesson from Attached is this. Love should not feel like constantly fighting for someone's attention. It should not feel like walking on eggshells. And it should not leave you questioning your worth. Real intimacy grows in safety. Real connection grows in trust. And sometimes the healthiest relationship of your life begins when you stop chasing people who cannot meet your emotional needs. And start choosing those who can. Until next time.